back because I predict these things.
Saygid Izagakhmaev takes on Nicolas Dalby this Saturday at UFC Fight Night, Qatar. And Nicolas Dalby, on a 2-fight losing streak, recently knocked out by Randy Brown back in April. Before that, lost a split decision to Rinat Fakhretdinov. This one wasn't as bad as the Carlos Leal one, but I think that Nicolas Dalby definitely, you could say that he won that fight. And before that, had a really good, impressive win over Gabriel Bonfim, kind of outlasted a pushing a high pace to get the TKO there, beat Muslim Salikov. And then Warley Alves, Claudio Silva, not the best wins there. Lost to Tim Means, not a great look. 40-year-old Tim Means beat Daniel Rodriguez. So, Nicolas Dalby, decent wins, been in the game a long time, and going to be a tough test, a stiff test for Saygid Izagakhmaev, who's coming into the UFC off of a 5-fight winning streak, had a 3-fight winning streak and 1 championship, now making his debut in Qatar. So, I'm going to go with Izagakhmaev. As much as I like Nicolas Dalby, he's 40 years old, Gonna be 41 tomorrow. Gonna be 41 on Sunday the 16th. So, no spring chicken. Coming in off of a KO loss against Randy Brown, where got his nose broken pretty badly, reminiscent of Mike Perry back in the day, where it was completely across his face. And his takedown defense, only 58%, taking on this guy from Dagestan. Decent takedown game, but 22-2. Dalby's shown a deficiency in the takedown game at times. He does a good job of popping up when he does go to the ground, not really being controlled. We saw that in the Rinat Fakhretdinov fight, but Bonfim got him down, controlled him for round 1 for the majority of the round. And Saygid, just great wrestling, great submission ability. He's from Dagestan, trains under Khabib's Eagles MMA. 12 submission wins, coming off of a KO. Granted, it's over, 40-something-year-old Shinya Aoki, but does have the power to put guys out. But where I'm concerned for Saygid in this one is, this is his UFC debut in front of an almost hometown crowd. He's got tons of pressure, taking on a crafty vet in Nicolas Dalby, who's faced a lot of high-level competition. And I saw Saygid kind of fizzle out against Carlson Harris in their fight when he couldn't maintain his takedowns. Couldn't keep him on the ground, got taken down himself, looked to kind of slow down a little bit, start to kind of gas out potentially, and got Darce choked by Carlson Harris. So we know that Dalby can push a ferocious pace. He doesn't really get tired. He has that weird breathing technique. That's sounds like he's gassing, but he's not. It's just a way for him to kind of maintain his cardio. And he's one of those guys who kind of just races you to the bottom to see who's gonna quit first, who's gonna gas out first. He can take damage on the ground. He can be controlled for the entire round, take a little bit of damage, be on bottom, grappling, and then just come out fast while his opponent's still winded and still looking to recover. We saw that in the Bonfim fight. So he's tough as hell. He was dropped by Rinat badly in their fight, came back to arguably win the next 2 rounds, was wobbled by Randy Brown in his last fight with his nose broken across his face, ends up dropping Randy Brown, almost getting him out of there. So he gets better as the fight progresses and the grittier it gets. And, he can be taken down, but he's going to make you work to get those takedowns and to maintain control. So I think that Dalby will be the better striker. So Saygid will be in trouble if he's kind of left to fight on the feet, can't get his takedowns. But I'm going to go with the younger wrestler, the guy from Dagestan, 9 years younger, a little taller, has the same reach. Never been KO'd, only been finished once by Darce choke by Carlson Harris, like I talked about earlier. And has fought really good competition outside the UFC. Most recently won championship. You look at some of these guys, there are a lot of the Dagestani-esque fighters with wrestling-based styles, really good records. 33-11s, 12-2s, 20-3s, 11-4s, 9-2, 9-3, 11-3, 23-8. Not fighting slouches. Not one of these guys who's running through tomato cans and then getting a shot in the UFC. Like I said earlier, 22-2. So very, very good guy, very accomplished guy coming into the UFC. I think he's 31 years old. So yeah, still in his prime. And I feel like the UFC, I think they're trying to set him up for a win. Setting him up for a win in front of his almost home crowd. And there's just too many unknowns with Dalby at this point in his career. Will he finally start to slow down, being 41 tomorrow, lose that cardio edge that he has so that he weaponizes his cardio very well? Will his nose affect his breathing? Will he be kind of tentative to not get hit in the nose? Not to mention he was KO'd pretty badly, took a lot of damage in that fight too, on a 2-fight losing streak. A lot of pressure going to this one. If he loses, maybe he gets cut just because he's on a 3-fight losing streak now. And he's 41 years old, so taking on a guy like Saygid Izagakhmaev in his prime, specializes in takedowns in the wrestling game where you've kind of shown a deficiency in your career, 58% takedown defense. I'm going to go Saygid Izagakhmaev in this one. I don't think he finishes Nicolas Dalby. I think he's just going to have enough control time on top. Maybe has to work to maintain that control time, but I can see him losing a round. Maybe as the fight progresses, third round or so, not able to get his takedowns, kind of stuck on the feet, panic shooting at times, or just kind of running the clock out to win the fight 2 rounds to 1. But I'm gonna go Saygid Izagakhmaev. I can't imagine he's not a sizable favorite in this one, minus 390. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Isagakmayev to get this one done by like a 29-28 decision win. Thanks.